I remember a point where everything looked like it was working. My schedule was full, I was on the field all day, parents trusted me, players were improving, and if you looked at it from the outside, you would have said, he's built something. But I remember driving home one night, completely exhausted, and thinking, why does this feel like I'm stuck, even though everything is working? And I didn't have an answer for that yet. There's a phase every coach has to go through. You're on the field all day, you're figuring things out in real time, you're making mistakes and fixing them the next session. That's where you learn everything. That's where I learned how to run sessions, how to communicate with parents, and how to adjust to different players. That's where my training business was built. You don't skip that, because if you skip that, you don't actually understand what you're building. But there's a point where that same phase stops building you and starts trapping you. And it's hard to notice because everything still looks good. You're busy, money's coming in, people respect what you're doing, but your days start looking the exact same. Session, 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 message, repeat. And you tell yourself, I'm building, but you're not. You're just maintaining. I remember there was a week where I physically couldn't keep up. Too many sessions, too many moving parts, and I started thinking, if I don't show up, what actually happens? And the answer was simple. Everything slows down. Not because the business was bad, but because it was built around me. That's when it hit me. I didn't build something that runs. I built something that relies on me all the time. And this is the part most people won't say out loud. You start getting scared to step away because you think, what if another coach comes in and takes all my clients? What if the quality drops? What if it's not the same? So you stay in control of everything, not because it's the best move, but because it feels safe. And you call that standards, but a lot of the time, it's just fear. And this is where people get it wrong. They hear this and think, don't grind. No, you need that phase. That's where everything comes from. That's where your standards are built, your eyes developed, and your identity is created. The grind isn't the problem. Staying in it too long, that's the problem. The shift for me wasn't working less, it was thinking different. I stopped asking, how do I do more, and started asking, how do I make this repeatable without me? And I'm not gonna lie, that phase right there is a different type of work. You go from being on the field all day to sitting in front of a computer for hours trying to figure it out. How do I structure this? How do I communicate this? How do I make another coach deliver the same way? And a lot of that work, no one sees. You're not getting paid for it, you're not posting it, you're just figuring it out. And if I'm being real, that part alone took me years. Not because it's complicated, but because no one teaches it the right way. And that's something I think a lot about now, because I've already built all of this out. The systems, the standards, the structure behind it. So when I see coaches going through the same phase, I know exactly where they're at. And the truth is, you can figure it out on your own. I did. But it's probably gonna take you longer than you think. Or you learn from someone who's already done it, and you skip a lot of that wasted time. So if you're in that phase right now, being on the field all day, figuring it out, good, that's where you're supposed to be. But understand this, that phase is meant to teach you, not hold you. And if you don't transition out of it, eventually, it becomes the reason you stop growing. The grind built everything that I have, but learning when to move past it, that's what actually changed the direction of my business.